GlassCon Global Conference took place 2 years ago this week in Philadelphia. An impressive turnout of glass companies, contract glazers, architects, and many others were there, all focused on growing their glazing industry knowledge. This year, it's back. I'm Ellen Rogers, and we're in Boston for GlassCon Global 2016.
And I'm Nick St. Dennis. Over the next couple days, we'll give you a look at some of what's happening this year. Let's get started. GlassCon Global is administered by the Finishing Contractors Association International, or FCA. It includes plenary as well as unique technical presentations. These cover issues like high-performance buildings, fabrication, and trends. U.S. Glass Magazine is also excited to be here as an event partner, and we'll be bringing you both video and news reports.
Today's opening session included a number of welcoming remarks. We heard from Anthony D'Arcangelo, Executive Director of GlassCon Global, who told us to expect 2.5 days of valuable, productive sharing of information.
GlassCon Global was created to be a technical conference to provide information and a platform for researchers, industry professionals to come and talk about the innovation that's out there, talk about the technology, why it is being used in certain part of the world, why it's not being used in other parts of the world, and how we can kind of close that gap down. And it was one of the things that really came from the contractors out there, the architectural glass contractors, who said, you know what, we need to find a platform to be able to help get this information. But when you look at the things that are happening right now with adaptive facades, which is going to kick off things tomorrow, and then just university curriculum, how the universities can impact our industry by getting them information and getting them the tools they need. So that, and then always the transatlantic debate. What are the differences? What's causing those differences, and what do we do to narrow that gap down? How can we do it so that it can really be a global economy and a global market for us in the architectural glass world, really?
We also received a special welcome from Boston's mayor, the Honorable Martin Walsh. The mayor also met with a small group of industry professionals after his speech about the state of construction in Boston. GlassCon Global sessions aren't all specific to glass. Two presenters provided an architectural perspective. Jane Duncan, president of the Royal Institute of British Architects, gave us a look at their 2016 award winners. She was followed by Elizabeth Chu Richter, 2015 president of AIA, who told us how to prepare and apply our talents anywhere and everywhere.
Last evening at the reception, we had an opportunity to meet with a few of the architects and engineers. And it was really very encouraging, to see architects and engineers applying their skill sets in different ways, that they are now very influential in product development, in manufacturing, in supply chain, and in construction. And this is exactly how we want to broaden our skill sets so that we can apply them to many more uses.
The glazing industry has seen a lot of changes, like increasingly high-tech facades. This conference brings awareness to those issues. Keith Boswell, technical partner with Skidmore, Owings & Merrill, moderated a discussion on the role of glass in adaptive facades. Panelists talked about some of the challenges these technologies are facing. We spoke to Keith last night, who told us a little bit about what to expect from the session. He also gave us a little insider information, something he hadn't told the panelists yet.
Could not pick 4 people with more diverse backgrounds. They all have a passion for what they do. They have a passion for high quality design, and by design that's the performance and the visual, and they all come at it from different angles. I got the easy job. All I get to do is ask a lot of questions of a lot of talented people, but the nice thing is I sent them all the questions. I'm not going to ask them a single one of those questions. I'm going to ask them something completely different, because I cannot wait to hear the answers. That's a talented group of people.
We spoke with Steven Selkowitz after the program to learn a little bit more about some of what he's been seeing with adaptive facades.
What we're seeing is there's a lot of interest in more glazing to provide better work environments. But if you put more glass in to do that, then you need to manage it very carefully. You need to actually design it carefully. And that was one of the big themes in the meeting today, is how do you actually do that? If you simply put more glass in, it may look good in the photograph, but it's not going to perform the way that people want it to. So I think that recognition is driving some of the innovation. What do you do about that? Well, you go to active glazing, you go to active shading, you go to daylight dimming. You need to introduce a whole lot of new things into the design, and you need to make them work.
As you can see, GlassCon Global is unique, and the people here say there's a lot of value and important components in what the event offers.
I think GlassCon is one of the best glass conference in North America, probably one of the best in the world. So we can network with suppliers, customers, influencers, co-suppliers. We can learn, which is very important. So the learning part of the conference is extremely important. And last but not least, as always in business, is the quality of the people. So quality of the people made the quality of the conference. And I think we have a very good quality attendance from suppliers, customers, and that's the people that will make the difference.
That brings us to the end of today's newscast. Stay tuned to USGNN for more videos and reports from Boston.
And also, be sure to follow us on social media for ongoing coverage. If you're here at GlassCon Global, be sure to use hashtag GCG2016 to tag your own posts and tweets. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Ellen Rogers.
And I'm Nick St. Dennis. We'll see you tomorrow.